You think this is funny?
Hello, hello, hello! Can everybody hear me? It is I, the ominous Pigeon Master. I have once again returned to do more of this brilliant Winterchip 2020 in the year 2021. So this is part 5 or 6. I'm not entirely sure at this point. At this stage, we are now going on to NES Famicom Classic. So we finished NES Famicom 2A03 the day before yesterday. Doing it earlier than usual because we've still got a lot of entries to get through and 4 days left until the voting period has ended. So I want to make sure that the sync listen is finished before then, if we can help it. Before we start, let's just see how many people are listening currently. We have 5 viewers. So I may wait a minute or two more before we start. I may do it now. But if we're going to do it, it'd be preferable for a few more viewers. Don't worry, we shall begin in just a second. 5 viewers still. Maybe just put a little bit more of Battle of the Bits radio on. Not for too long. I see quite a few Battle of the Bitters online, so just a few more seconds, and we shall begin our first NSF entry. But for now, a bit of the radio.
thick, stick, 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 thick.
I want a thick stick, not that thin shit. I want a big stick, not electric. I want a slick brick, not a quick pick. I want a sick click and a thick stick.
Thick, stick, thick, stick, thick, stick, thick, stick, thick.
I want a thick stick, not that thin shit. I want a big stick, not electric. I want a kick flick, not a hick stick. I want a slick quick, not a rick stick.
Well, the numbers have gone from 5 to 6, so I guess that is that is enough for me to start the sync listen officially. It looks like we won't be getting too many more at the minute anyway, so I suppose since we've already started the tracks, the sync listen might as well start the tracks. So, like I said, this is NES Famicom Classic. We have done the NES Famicom yesterday. Very interesting as well, since the NES Famicom got 13 entries, whereas the Classic got 28. I expect it's because it's a newer format. Same thing happened with Fake-Bit when that had its one time of being a format. So yeah, let's start with Galgox. I feel like Galgox has been in quite a few of the early entries. He must have done quite a few of his quick. This is Evening Shift. I wrote this way earlier in the year, back when I was still working at a pizza place. I originally intended to convert it to Game Boy, but I couldn't find out how. So now it's an NSF Classic tune instead. I didn't know you could convert Family Tracker tunes into Game Boy. That's a pretty useful piece of information. I might have to learn how to at some point. But this is Galgox with Evening Shift. And that was Galgox with Evening Shift. Nice tune indeed. Moving right along to the next one. We have A Winter With You by Gumball2415. I think this is the first entry from Gumball for this Winterchip battle. All I wanna do is to go with you and to spend this night's frost rendezvous just to be with you. Oh, slightly inspired by A Virtuous View, 1 Heart 2 arranged by Chibi Tech, made in DN Family Tracker 0210, rendered in NSF Play 2.5. So this is A Winter With You by Gumball2415. And that was Gumball2415, A Winter With You. Very, very good stuff indeed. I can definitely feel the melody in it. Next up, we have a classic. Mr. Minister Master with Metro Morning. It's morning in Metro or something, I don't know. I don't know what to put in the description here, so enjoy, I guess. Minister Master, Metro Morning. kidding me? Just 2 kudos for Mr. Minister Master. Absolute legend, as always. That was Metro Morning by Mr. Minister Master. God, I love his stuff. Reminds me so much of Jackerson's, but with probably, for the most part, they seem to be quite long tracks, ranging in the 4 to 5 minutes. Bit of Fear of Dark in there. It's such good stuff. Great to have you on these entries, Mr. Minister Master. I hope you keep entering, as of course. It's the same about a lot of people. I hope a lot of, if not all the people participating, keep entering pieces in Battle of the Bits. There's some great stuff. Next up we have 0515/1 with 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 is the description. Thank you, by the way, Coral, to linking all these. Been doing it throughout the entire series of streams, and I really appreciate it. So big thank you to Coral. Let's just take a listen. And that was 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 by Quir 0515/what, a lot of numbers. Quir clearly likes their numbers. Moving straight along from that, we move on to Chivalry and Deceit by Majesty 14. I had a track all lined up for Winterchip, but no DPCM allowed. So here's this instead. Let's take a listen to Chivalry and Deceit by Majesty 14. And that was Chivalry and Deceit by Majesty 14. Good stuff indeed. Definitely had that essence of medievalness in some aspect. I don't know what I'm speaking about, but aha! Here's somebody that I've definitely been hoping to see, and they're here! It is Osplum with Snowy Bicycle. Good to see you on here, Osplum. This song is about when it snows and there's no one's bicycle. Probably going to resubmit it when I write a second part instead of looping 5 patterns, 5 pattern, part 4. It's so far I resubmitted and added more volume control. Phase 2 of resubmitting will be to write the second 5 patterns either backwards or with a 5th instrument or so on the song, and some more instruments on either channel to add phase effects perhaps. The root of NSF sounds just like I have a snowy bike. Very interesting method on resubmitting multiple times. Let's take a listen to Snowy Bicycle by Osplum. Wow, as Cleda says in her comment, this sounds like music that would play on an endless loading screen before you join a magical winter fantasy world. That was Snowy Bicycle by Osplum. Very surprising stuff indeed. Like, as someone who has been on Battle of the Bits since April, you've come a long way, Osplum. Like, seriously, your stuff is improving. It's always really cool to see personal growth musically from time spent on Battle of the Bits. So well done to you. It's good to see you again, and it's a very nice track. Short, but very nice indeed. Moving along from Osplum, we have One by Nitro Ferrano. One. Yes, Nitro likes their single numbers. Let's take a listen to what they've made. And that was One by Nitro Ferrano. Well, yes, it was very experimental. Big Lumbie, I didn't see you properly. Good to see ye. Welcome to the chat, and Vav, I assume you are here too. It is good to see you all. I need to look at the chat more. It's a mistake I can make sometimes, but yes, we have Blue Christmas with CQ. Local ham radio technician looking for some lovin'. Even shorter than usual because I didn't have many ideas. If I did this correctly, the very obvious Morse code triangle should just read CQ a bunch of times. CQ is what you say on ham radio to ask if anyone's there. I don't have a license, but I'm trying to study for the exam, and it would be really neat if you guys pressured me into sticking to that. Hey, that's really interesting. I didn't know that. I don't know anything about Morse code, really, except that Morse code exists, and it's called Morse code, and it works by sending signals over long distance. But that's really cool. I do hope that you stick to that, because that sounds interesting. So good luck with your studies, Blue Christmas. I hope you were encouraged by many people. Let us take a listen. Nice. That was CQ by Blue Christmas. Yeah, I love the thought behind having it as Morse code, making it making it a language on your NSF tune it's a very interesting approach. So well done to you for the ingenuity. Next up we have Yuzu with In the Friesland short version. Thank you for listening this song. For those are interested, the full version of my song, good news, a new album released this year, pre-fall 2021 by Yuzu, including the Summerchip entries. That's interesting idea. A techno-trance energetic tune about cold day with skylights. If Yuzu can visit my land after quarantine, update 2021 112. I just did some improvements with pulses, better mixing. Sorry, my bad. Let us take a listen to In the Friesland by Yuzu and hope that their album comes out soon. Exciting stuff indeed. That was Yuzu with In the Freezing Land, the short version. And with me, I have two guests. First of all, I have Castle Ness. Hello, Castle Ness.
Hey, hello.
Good to have you
Work
on.
is finished. I can join you.
Yes. You what? Sorry.
What?
You what? You can join me. Yes,
But
I'm happy you can.
Yeah, I can. Sorry, my fault.
No.
Yeah, I can. Just for Yuzu's track, perfect.
Yes, indeed, it was a good tune. And we also have Fox. How are you doing, Fox?
This is one of those moments I wish I could scream like Lumbee.
Yeah.
No, but that's okay, I think.
I gotta admit, streaming is
We,
definitely fun. I'm getting entertained by it. Oh, Sepuka, you're at a club, eh? Ah!
Let me here.
And Castle is immediately. You truly are the loudest tree I know, Lumpy.
I really am. Hello.
You really are. It is good to see you. Yes. How are the three of you doing?
I'm doing well. I've successfully become a demon 2 nights ago, and I am still recovering from that.
Yeah, those things you linked to me are a work of art. Though no one will know about them that hasn't like outside of us.
Oh no, are you actually gonna play it on stream?
That's not bad. Should I?
Oh no.
That's a good idea now that I think about it. Let's make everyone else suffer.
Make every. Oh no.
If I could...
Oh no, I'm working with a delay here, so I'm gonna fucking. I'm gonna fuck. If you actually do this, I'm gonna.
No, please. No scream on things now. People are listening. Please don't do this.
You know, luckily I don't think I can find it anyway. Because
yeah, perfect.
Didn't I post it in like a couple of servers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, why am I helping? Oh no.
I'll play those
we
at
were
some
at
point. I
Yuzu's
guess.
track.
Yes, for now we should probably move on to the next track.
Not on stream.
Yes.
Would
Dami Fortune.
Yes. Castle, would you like to read this one?
I will try, but I don't know how to speak Smiley. It's his language.
Nobody speaks emoticon. That's one of the harder languages to
what
learn.
is this? It is well, the name of the track is Sylphids and Gnomids, and the smileys are a tornado and a kind of cherry. I don't know. Well, let's listen to music.
Yes, let's listen to music, and then we'll listen to. I'm sure we'll listen to Lumbee Screams at a later date, and by later date I mean probably a lot, because Lumbee's here and he'll be screaming for you live. This is Sulfurids and
Please don't.
That was Dami Fortune with Synthlids and Gnomids.
Did you just? Oh God! Why did you play it? Why did you play it?
Sorry, it was a work of art. What can I do? But that was a great track.
What the fuck did you? I'm glad it's sad.mp3 and not sadness.mp3.
To be honest, I love the high pitched woo noises in the
Let's talk about the track actually in play here and not sad.mp3
yes,
or better yet
beautiful chords.
Artfest, very much like the use of arpeggios. You know me, I'm very much into the use of arpeggios as mainly as chords. You know how like some people do like
They do third chord, 3-note chords. It's just simple chords, or even like 7s, 9ths with arpeggios. I like it when people do that, and I like the use here because it gives more of a depth to the track.
Yeah, I mean, you're the person that got me into using arpeggios. It wasn't until I think it wasn't until we collaborated and you sent me that one track which had like a bunch of different chords made up that I really kind of thought, hey, I didn't know you could do this. And from there, like I got really into it, and I do it all the time. So if anyone hates my arpeggiation, then it's Lumby's fault. Blame him.
And if everyone hates my Arp Fests, you can mail your letter to this address, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington D.C.
But in order for it to count as an actual, like, you have to you have to shout really angrily, like the same as Lumby does, in order for it to actually count. Like, you can't write a quiet.
You have to get close up into the paper, and you have to write that way.
Yeah.
And you have to make it in big letters, big giant letters, and you have to send it to that.
You just dox yourself. You admit it where you work.
That sounds about right. Well, next up, would you like to read the next one, Fox? And then Lumby.
Oh wait, yes, sure. Sorry, I zoned out.
That's all right. I do it all the time. Do you have the entry?
It's up now. I'm sorry. All I gotta say is I hate Windows.
Don't
Whoever
worry.
made the software, this is what
Just kill Bill
Dark
Gates.
Knight Assassins exists for. That's all I can say.
Just kill Bill Gates.
don't worry
Okay,
about
nobody wants him anyway.
Cool. I appreciate the encouragement. We have Vibing Behind That Mask by Tree. The description says, get it, cause Devil Mask. The pun, I recommend taking a point off for the pun. Here is Vibing Behind That Mask by Tree.
Nice chords. That was Tree with Vibing Behind That Mask.
He really vibed.
Yes, indeed.
I agree.
He really got the vibe down, man. Whoa!
Did you? Did they actually use Devil Mask? Because I think using Devil Mask for NSF should be like you should be given a mummy ailment for that.
Wow, fucking! Why don't you just advocate the death penalty for opium? God,
Hey, it's using Devil Mask for NSF. You know,
gosh, man.
have you ever heard of such masochism?
I mean, fuck it. It's the most. I guess it's the most accessible tool. I mean, it's not the best tool, but I kind of get using Devil Mask.
I don't know. I think FamiTrack
Why
is
not
more
use
accessible. What are you gonna say, Fox?
You can use it on mobile. You can install it.
I was
on
just gonna
Linux,
say,
but
like,
maybe this is accessible.
if you use Devil Mask, it comes with the added benefit of the frequent crashing. You know, it can really fuck up the export. You get some new sounds.
That's a point. I mean, I can't argue with such a fact. I could probably just throw my computer and all the projects, the MP3s that I have would have the same effect. You know, throw my computer out the window.
Also,
see how that modulates.
If you manage,
I would have rather gotten a mask with Devil Mask, so I can wear it on my face and be ashamed of what I'm doing.
So I think if you can use Devil Mask and you can appreciate Devil Mask, just do it. It's a tool which you can use to do Commodore, to do NSF, to do Genesis. So it's good if you manage to be good with Devil Mask.
It is multi-purpose. I will give it that definitely. But from my own experience, like using trying to do Sega Master System stuff in it, the 7 tracker it's just so much better to use 7 because the noise and the third waveform, they interfere with each other if you're trying to use it in Devil, and that doesn't happen with 7. Same with LSDJ. I think you can actually sample. You can use audio samples in there, and I don't think that's a thing you can do with Devil either of the Game Boy. Unless I'm mistaken, and there is a way to do it.
I do vocals with the sampling and gabber kick because I mean the two things that I do are gabber kick and autotune. That is my musical style exclusively.
That's a really good style as well, but that's probably impossible.
I think Devil Mask is a good beginner's tune. It's a good beginner's tool rather for a lot of formats. You know, Game Boy, Commodore 64, SMS, SGen, even NSF and all that. But I mean, once you start discovering better tools like the FamiTracker family, LSDJ, Go Tracker, once you start learning those tools, Devil Mask kind of seems inferior afterwards. Not to say that you can't use Devil Mask if you enjoy it. I mean, go ahead, you can use it. But I mean, afterwards, it kind of just seems like a step down.
Well, it was built first and foremost for Sega Genesis, which it probably does best, and all the other formats were secondary. So I'm definitely not trying to put it down too much. I think it's a good piece of tracker tech, honestly, and I wouldn't be able to do Commodore stuff, and I probably wouldn't be able to do Game Boy stuff at the minute because I've not tried LSDJ, but it looks like an old school tracker, and take a while to get used to. So, like you say, Lumbee, it probably is very good for. I would not say it's the beginner tracker, but like after you've learned FamiTracker, then it'd be like the second one where you would learn after that, ideally.
Yeah, I think. You were gonna say something, Fox?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just gonna say. I think Devil Mask is.
Is that what you were gonna say, Lumpy? Sorry. No, I interrupted you.
No, I was gonna say, Devil Mask. I think is good for two things. I think it's good for being a beginner's tracker, and I think it's good for S-Gen because I think its S-Gen emulation is its real strong suit. That's just me, of course.
I don't think there's anything that it can like. Yeah, I definitely think that because it can do samples with S-Gen as well. I don't think it has any limitations with that. You can have a few faulty crashes with it. It's a shame that it's got those bugs, but it's not got. I've found trackers which I find way more uncomfortable to use. So I'm not trying to put the crew down that made it. Good on them for making the tracker. It's definitely seen its use from me.
And in the end, if you manage to do music with PowerPoint or Excel, you can. In the end, what matters is the music and which tools you like to use. So it's up to all of us to choose our weapons for the battles.
Well said.
On that, maybe you should skip to a new track because listeners are here to listen to music too.
Yes.
I think Fox put it best in the text chat. It's the FL Studio of trackers. I think I feel it that way because it's very popular. It's definitely not the best piece of software, but I feel like a lot of people know of, at the very least, Devil Mask, let alone use it for their own purposes. So, that is a fair comparison. I
do feel like there will come a time where tracker software they make like all-purpose tech, which allows for taking MIDI and interpreting it through a tracker. I do imagine that'll happen at some point. But would you like to read the next entry off, Lumbee?
No, I was gonna say I think an all-purpose tracker can work. Before I read out the next track, I think an all-purpose tracker can work. Say for example, one tracker that is my go-to ZX Spectrum tracker, and that's a multi-purpose. That's like a purpose tracker that has It has multiple beeper engines. It even has SN7. So, you can do SMS with that. I could not get the OPL engine in there to work, OPLL. But, maybe someday it will,
Yes, no, sorry, I was I zoned out there for a second.
You bugged the PM.
No, I do think multi-purpose is definitely possible. I mean, Devil is multi-purpose. With time, there'll come new trackers, I'm sure, and eventually it'll probably get to the point where you do have one that can work with most formats. There's a lot of formats. There's so many different obscure ones that it'll probably take a while. But sorry, no.
Probably, yeah.
Would you like
Cold and Stuff by Cold and Stuff Promptastic by Promptastic. Putting the artist name in the title. Wow. Yo, hi everyone. Emoji. My first entry here. I almost always use VRC6. This was fun.
VRC6 is good. I like VRC6.
Yeah. I thought. It is confusing. PS didn't loop the NSF because I wasn't sure about the MP3 uploading and all that worked. I'll have it in mind for the next time.
Yes, definitely. Good. Well, let's take a listen to Cold and Stuff. there'd be like a limited amount of ways you could make something sound, but so many original styles with different people that use trackers. That was Promtastic with Cold and stuff by Promtastic.
Yeah, trackers, Promtastic, Cold and stuff by Promtastic. Anyway, I think there's a lot of stuff you can do with trackers. A lot of people think trackers are inherently limiting. I think they're inherently, inherently open, if you know how to work in those limitations.
I think, yeah, I was going to say, I think they are limiting, but I don't think limiting is a bad thing. In fact, if you were to look at this in terms of, I don't know, paint, for example, I guess you could say that you're being limited with a certain set of colors, but you still have the ability to paint any kind of shape with those colors. And you can still use those different colors in very creative ways. So that's what I like in it too. The tones might have limitations. Somebody like Strobe or someone who has a really, really good mind for sound design can get a few different colors out of them. But it's not bad. It's not bad to have limitations. Cleda would say the same thing. She is all about limitations and getting the most out of them.
I think limitations can inherently make inherently limitations begets creativity. That's my personal mantra when it comes to making music. It's why I really like using one tracker, because sure, it's free in the sense that there's no patterns there, but it's also limiting in the fact that you have to work in stuff like ZX Beeper, where there's only like a few channels at a time. Sure, you can break away at those limitations with, engines like Octode and QChan. But I feel like, having something that's, limited could actually make something amazing in turn.
Well, I mean, look at the 1970s. I don't know if if all of you had the same kind of experience, because obviously I'm from the UK, Lumber, you're from the US, and Castle, I don't know where you're from, folks, but of course Castle's from Germany.
From Germany? What? Hold on there, Buckarone.
And the music scene obviously is very different.
I have a very, very German accent, c'est sûr.
Yes. The music scene will be very varied.
German. Wow.
But here in the 70s, in the UK during the 70s, we had a humongous boom of progressive rock and classical rock. Really interesting music, jazz fusion. It was all during an era in which, LPs were limited to a certain size, limitations with tech, mixer technology. Didn't have, there were a lot of limitations still. And people found ways to make amazing pieces of music regardless. So I think limitations are, I don't think you need to have them, but I think they can really, really help you. They can be really useful is what I'm trying to say. I never asked, by the way, what did you all think of the track?
Gosh, though, I didn't know you were so old, OPM.
Yes, I'm
70s? What?
I remember back in the 70s because I was, no, I listened to a lot of progressive rock.
My dad, oh my god, stinky old man.
Oh no!
I don't even remember for the year 2000. I'm sorry.
I was born in 1997. I just listened to a lot of obscure progressive rock in my free time. Is prog rock that I listen to.
It kind of mirrors the garage rock kind of attitude of like the 50s through I think like the 80s, or 90s, 2000. A really long time, American rock was basically like this thing that you could have done in your garage, and it was just like.
Well, I mean, that reminds me of like people like R. Stevie Moore, which were DIY musicians. The whole idea of him was that he was just making his own stuff for decades using his own tech, and I like the idea of DIY art, and it inspires a lot of lo-fi artists to come forward despite the limitations of their own technology. But moving along, we should jump to Sean because he has made a track that is phenomenal. Apparently, imagine
it's so phenomenal. He named it phenomenal.
that means it must be extremely phenomenal. Imagine the entirety of all things, reality, but altered and warped and oversimplified by our human mind and sense making. That's how we experience things. That's a very good point. Yes, indeed.
That is how we experience things. We warp reality itself. It becomes our plaything. You know.
Yes. Well,
I control the entirety of the planet of Jupiter.
I control all the skies of the Earth. But let us
That's
listen.
not a planet.
That
I'm sorry.
counts.
I win. I
It's
win.
the
I
atmosphere
control the
of our
planet.
planet.
I
It
win.
counts.
I win.
We live over the world. It is superior. We are high in the
I
sky.
win.
We will usurp. Pigeons are mighty, and the fact that we are above the skies is proof of how we look down upon all those. But this is phenomenal. Let's listen. I'd love to see Sean and Kifara Day, and maybe Hannah and Emily all do one like classical collab because they all have some essence of NSF classicalness.
Either that or do a microtonal collab. You know.
Oh yes.
Microtone.
Well, that's what Sean would be bringing to the table, I reckon. You know, he'd be bringing the microtonal qualities. Kefi would bring the crazy chords. Same with Amelia and Hannah. I just think they'd work well together. I can imagine it going pretty well.
Hannah would bring nothing.
Next up we have KGB 525 with Paperman Stage. You must fight your way through.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Hannah
It's not a
would
lie.
not
It's not a lie. It is the truth. This is Paperman.
Truth. Hannah would not bring anything. Are you serious, Opium?
Oh, I thought you were talking about it not being called Paperman.
I was
Stage.
joking.
I thought you were talking about Kyle. This track's entry name being a lie. Of course. Hannah,
it might be a lie. I don't know. Kyle's pretty
maybe
mysterious.
Paperman doesn't exist.
He just hides in his fortress in Minnesota and churns out music and kills everyone.
Minnesota
in an
man.
instant.
Maybe Paperman's just.
I have been trying to infiltrate his barrier, but I mean, all of Minnesota is protected by a wall. So
You live in Minnesota. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a shame about that. But besides the Minnesota wall, you must
if
fight
only he didn't build a wall.
You must fight your way through Paperman player.
You must fight your way through Carl Brueggemann's big glass wall.
That's impossible. He's too OP. And so is his...
He's made it out plexiglass.
Damn him. Let's listen to Paperman Stage by KGB 525. And oh yeah, thank you again, Coral. Just want to keep reminding people to thank Coral for linking all these tracks, because the fact that you've done that much is really impressive. Thank you so much. Paperman Stage by Carl. always seems to know how to make something in a certain style, like his Sonic core and his Kirby core, and now his Mega Man core. Great stuff from Carl. That
I
was
like
Paperman
how big
stage.
is the tag. I like how big is the Mega Man tag on this entry. I think a lot of people said that, but yeah, yes, I guess it was Mega Man, but there is the tone with the triangle, the rhythm, but I don't know. This is not only Mega Man for me.
I can definitely hear the Mega
that
Man
was a
in
cool
it.
track.
It sounds Mega Man 5-y for some reason to me. I don't know why I think of 5. Maybe it's just. But
maybe this is the scale, the chords. True, I admit, but yeah. And Fox, what do you think?
what do you think, Fox and Lumbo?
I'm just interested in like all the stage names, like Paperman stage. I don't know. I'd be curious to see what they actually look like. Like, is that everything's made of paper? Because that sounds amazing.
Yes, that does, to be fair. What about you, Lumby?
So,
I lost my voice.
Well said.
extinction, voice extinction.
I guess.
So, well, there is the next track. I will try to say something about the next track to read the description. Toboggan Run. But first, who is this GRTTK guy? I guess he's not new on the website. Maybe he was here before me. But do you know him?
I've never met the fellow.
He's more. No, he's recent. Pretty a power noob, maybe. Let's listen to the track. But before, the description. A peaceful afternoon, sledding in the interrupted by the real-life equivalent of QuickTime event, an audio depiction of the scene I drew for the chip battle art. Okay, so it's kind of a soundtrack of his chip battle art. Interesting.
I love it when chip battle art is then taken as a song or vice versa. A song is made about the art, or art is made about the song. It's always fun to see that interpretation.
Totally agree.
Take a listen then. It's Toboggan Run.
Yeah.
Woo! And that was Gufft by Toboggan Run. Yes. I am assuming it's probably like still quite new to NSF, but not bad. Not bad. It had a melody and whatnot.
It is quite underrated. I think this is funny because the name make me try to picture the scene, and just imagine being on a big toboggan, je sais pas how to say that in English, but as a child, you see, it's a good idea, you want to do it, but when you are actually on the toboggan, you begin to feel the fear and you control nothing, and this is a bad idea suddenly, you see?
Oh, like on
I
the edge
picture
of
the scene like yes, something really cute which became horror or something really bad. That's funny. And also technically, there is, I don't know how to say in English, but this kind of dual notes with a note and very fast after this one, another one. How do you say this in English?
What's in
No.
English?
You have one note and then very, very fast, just after, you have another different note.
Oh, yes, like, well, that's
A
kind of an
trill.
arpeggiation, isn't it? When there's a series of fast notes.
Yeah.
Well, if it's gone really, really fast, it'd be a trill.
Yeah.
A trail is a good one, but yeah.
Isn't a trill like
technically
two notes, not... No, so wait, like an arpeggio would have to be like 3 or more notes. A trill is 2 notes.
You're right, I think. An arpeggiation is 3 and more, and a trail is just 2 that are repeated at fast succession, I think.
Yeah. On the tune, well, that was technically interesting. And for level 5 bobber, this is cool stuff. And again, different than others, interesting. So it's cool.
Yeah, good stuff indeed.
It's called GRTTK Power Noob, true.
We have
there is potential.
We have one by Torrowin next. No description, just the sea is enough. So I guess we'll just jump right into this one. This is The Sea is Enough by Torrowin.
I guess it's enough.
Short tune, it was The Sea is Enough by Torrowin. Yeah, good tune.
Cool.
It was obviously a little short, and because it's short, it's hard to talk much about it usually. I thought I'd have quite a few good varying sections.
I liked how the tempo changed on it.
Should we move to the next track? It is I literally drove up a mountain sideways and in a minivan and died. It's a collaboration.
Boom! Boom!
There's actually... there's a story behind this track.
Ooh,
so I was invited hiking with a friend, and he forgot to mention that the entire road was going to be black ice because it was in the mountains. And so I was driving up like this road of sheer black ice in a minivan. Literally only one tire had traction. And then when I got up there, he was like humming this weird melody the whole time. So this is the melody he was humming. I turned it into a song. It haunts me forever.
Oh my god.
The ultimate
Fox. Wow. Oh, thanks, Winter. You almost killed Fox.
I guess you could call it the ultimate hum. Haha.
Let's listen to this collaboration between Fox and Trap Bunny. So I literally drove up a mountain sideways in a minivan and died. Woo, let's go! Also, welcome back, Lumbee. Let's go! And that was 2AO Furry Fox and Trap Bunny. Jeff with I literally drove up a mountain sideways in a minivan and died.
You saw the chat? Now you are OBS Pigeon Master.
How did you survive? Did you get better?
Oh, man. It's a good thing. It's a good thing this it's a good thing this title is somewhat fictional because Fox is still here.
All of my
Not
titles are
Fiction, how
completely
dare you
literal.
insinuate that?
She's
Never
she
truly
was this close
die.
to death. She was this.
Really?
You want to know how close to death? Here, let me get close to the mic. She was this close to death. This close.
Let me. Foxes are like half cat. I have 4.5 lives. It's
Exactly.
fine.
Can't believe you'd call it fictional. Bah. All of Battle of the Bits is reality.
Wow. That's wow. You're lucky. I'm just a tree. I have like
Oh
A
no.
200-year lifespan.
one life.
Well,
But 200 years.
Mm.
does it
I
count when you're
guess.
chopped down and then you start to regrow? Aren't you like immortal of sorts? Unless you are.
True gamers just respawn.
I just respawn like a video game character. It's just like
Well, on that note, it's a Jacobson track. Walking around
Whoa.
the field.
Oh.
Smiley face, loop at 10 to 10. Let's take a listen now then. I do love me a Jacobson track, walking around the field. What was that? Ooh, let's go. Jakeson. Truly, you are an OP player in the game Battle of the Bits. That was walking around the field. Some great hooks in there, good chord progressions, everything you want
Nerf,
in an NSF.
please. Nerf, please. I want the Nerf, please. Please.
Sad.
I don't know if this one is my favorite or the other one, the NSF classic, no, the other NSF, because that was really cool. There was a big drop. There was interesting things. I don't know.
I don't know either, because the other one's like very dynamic, and it has that second B section where that second part to it where it really explodes. So I'd have to listen to them both back to back to be sure. But it's
there was
definitely
no surprise in this one, but the quality is.
Oh, quality's outstanding. The Fox, would you like to read the next entry? It's Senior Blastoise.
Yeah, let me
just a second. Sorry.
Let me bring it up.
Oh yes.
No, don't bring it up for her. Okay,
don't bring it up for her. How dare you?
Sorry. You told me not to. I'm sorry.
Delete it now.
Not.
By goodness.
I actually
sorry.
had it up for all of you, but you were talking, so I couldn't read it off.
Look what you did. Look what
Lumpy,
you did.
You weren't even screaming. You disappoint me.
I'm gonna go die. Yeah.
On that happy note, this is Cafe by Senior Blastoise. Description: last minute entry, and also my first here. Take a sip of coffee watching the blizzard.
Ooh.
All I can say is coffee is under-caffeinated. I would break up a caffeine pill and start in.
Yeah, how dare you? You intended to get poor Fox ill because of this is Senior Blastoise. I think I've seen Senior Blastoise here a lot, so it's cool to see them entering. If it's their first time here, then it's awesome to see them entering. But yes, it's Cafe. Woo, let's go. And that was Senior Blastoise with Cafe. I don't know if that's their first entry or not, but if it is, very impressive for a first entry.
It is.
I thought they were an old school Chris's because of the avatar, but no, they joined like last year. Very nice track, very jazzy, I have to say. Has that kind of jazz kind of flow to it.
had a happy core sound
I
to
enjoy
it.
the silence.
Yes, it's good. It's very good to see silence getting used effectively. That's that's
Yeah.
something that I like to see as well in song structure. I don't always do it myself, but the power of silence can be very effective.
Reminds me a
Yeah.
lot of Kirby.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it's I always think of small little arpeggios whenever I think of Kirby, and that was a bit longer. The notes are a bit longer and stretched out, so I didn't get such Kirby chords from it, but I got happy core vibes, like as if it was a Kirby-based game. Next up, we have Staged Channel 01 by Magnus Clyde, who is a level 2 chippist, so I'm going to assume they're new as well. Terrible original I made. Well, hey, you know, let's take a listen. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't, but at least you entered, and that's always a good thing. Well, that was way better than I was led to believe. That was Magnus Clyde with Stage Channel 01, a very underconfident description for a very good track. I can see the
Yeah,
flaws
I
in
have
it.
to say this is pretty decent. I have to say, there's a lot of experimentation here. There's a good, kind of flow going on with this track. I liked it. I liked it.
Sorry,
with
the
that,
only bad thing was
I'm
maybe
going to
the
spin
mixing
out
on
here
the
because
render.
I'm still not very much.
What did you say, Castle?
I'm still very much.
Wait, both of you speak one at a time. First of all, what did you say, Castle?
Sorry, I wanted to say the mixing on the render was not very good, maybe, or maybe too loud, but the track was really cool. There are some technical well done things, and the drums were interesting. The track was pretty long. No, that's a good first entry again, because this was its first entry.
That's what I think as
Yeah.
well. I think the mixing could have been improved, but the actual structure of the track is very strong itself, and there's a lot of good, interesting usages of it. Yeah, it's very distinct. What were you saying? Sorry, Lumbee?
Bye.
You're going?
Yes, I'm going because I still don't very much up to still pretty groggy.
Ah,
I'm
well,
still very groggy from yesterday, so yeah.
of course.
And I kind of wanted to just do the well, it's me. But it wasn't even fucking configured.
Well, be well. Take care of yourself, Lumbee. Okay, we lost him.
And he despawned into the abyss of insanity. Well, I guess.
The Murloc sound.
Well, next up we have Cabbage Drop with an avatar that I definitely can appreciate for the name. This is Icequake with the description just read as Icequake. So let's take a listen. Woo! Cabbage Drop with Icequake. It definitely did sound like there was some kind of disaster befalling you in the local area, and you were making a hasty retreat from the glaciers.
Perhaps in a helicopter.
What did you say, Fox? I couldn't hear you. Were quiet.
I'm pretty sure that was Vincent.
What?
Hey.
Oh, Vincent! Aloha! I thought Fox's voice had changed quite a bit since last I heard them. It's good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm still a bit sick today.
Ah, you fell under an illness.
Oh.
I hope you're all right, good sir. It's good to see you. As always, would you want to... One second. Because next up we have Blissful Ignorance. There's not much of a description on this one, suppose I'll read it. We have Radam Lee with Blissful Ignorance. I can't see Mr. Keyboard. So we'll take a listen to that. Next track with a good description I'll probably hand to you, Vincent. But this is Blissful Ignorance by Radam Lee. And that was Randomly with Blissful Ignorance.
Oh, I thought you will say that was amazing, but not.
It's
Yeah,
very squiggly. Very
yeah,
squeaky. Very bubbly.
some high
I like
octave. Definitely some high octave play there. You know, the arpeggiations and whatnot. No, it was good stuff. Happy to see Randomly in the battles. Moving right along. Would you like to read the next one, Lincent?
Oh, that.
I've put it in the description.
Yes. I'll have to leave after now.
Yar.
Next one is Ironclad Utilion by Vav. Description says, my first solo NSF. Loops at 1:18. Enjoy. Thanks everyone for helping me. Love you guys.
Oh, it is. It's his first solo NSF. I didn't notice that until now. Yes, of course, because when he joined, he was not a tracker user at all. That's really cool, Vav. If you're still here, I saw you earlier on. It's great to see you doing some usage on trackers. I know that. Did you know how to use trackers before? I can't remember. But you're very unconfident with them. I remember that much.
So I already heard the track. Enjoy.
Yes, this is Ironclad Ultion. Very cool name. Let's take a listen to it.
Spoiler.
I'm asleep.
Well played indeed, Vav. That was Ironclad Ultion. Such goodness, such great. I loved some of the chord progressions in that. Very dynamic. Felt like you were fighting your way through some level full of evil monstrosities and soldiers and whatnot.
Yeah, that was really cool. And for first NSF, how to put that? That was good.
Oh, very,
Maybe
very high for
we
first
can.
NSF. I
Yeah,
guess Valve must have learned from
yeah.
doing collaborative projects. But it's good now because the more I think about it, I can probably do. Maybe me and you can do a collab sometime, Vav, eh, on NSF. Definitely opens up more possibilities, eh?
Yeah.
But
Maybe we should do a musical collab with with the team. Could be fun.
yes,
But this time with tracker music. Ah, it can be fun.
that would be fun.
But ouais, I love that track, of course.
I do. I got the impression that it would really fit your boat, Castle. It's got that kind of adventure sound. I think you like the kind of adventure sound that it has.
Arpeggio everywhere.
About you, Fox, what did you think?
I loved it. I love the adventurous vibe that you get from like Vav and Mirage. Honestly, I listen to it at work to keep me from like falling asleep because I work nights.
I can see it being very motivational for something like that. Doesn't it feel like Shovel Knight-esque in its kind of sound?
Especially
I
the
love.
intro.
I can definitely see it. I mean, especially with it being like NSF, like anything that's in that format's already going to sound kind of close to Shovel Knight if it has an adventure feel.
Oh yeah, that's true. And Shovel Knight has its own very unique sound to it, but it's got the adventurous aspect for sure. I love it too. There's some great chords thrown in. I love the. I don't know if it was a 3/4 or if it was triplets, but it was definitely that rhythm was great. I guess we should move on to the next one now. It is RushJet 1, who I always confuse with Now It's Dark because they've got very similar profiles.
Exactly.
Maybe it's the same planet and it's just a different part of the planet.
Maybe this is the same person.
Yeah. Well, this is Modulator. What even is an NES? Good question. And it fixed some minor pitch issues. Well, the NES was a console that came out RushJet in the 90s. So now you know. But let's take a listen to Modulator. Oops, 1 second. And that was Modulator by Not Now It's Dark. RushJet 1. It was some
The
very
other one.
interesting sounds.
I can see two tags on this one pretty big. The first is overclocked, but the other one is overcooked. What is overcooked?
I'm guess I don't know. I don't know. There's quite a few tracks that are overcooked. So I don't know either. I guess you'd have to listen to the others to get to figure out. But
Maybe
So
it is
basically,
like Fox. Yes.
yes.
Go,
sorry,
go,
I'm eating Skittles. Overclocking is when you speed up a processor in a computer. Or like chiptunes, usually what that means is that you can play sounds at a faster rate than you normally could. Now, if you write music normally, you do that to do like more complex modulation on a sound. Or if you're me, you're probably going to go into the 2000 BPM extra tone speed core category, but both valid.
Oh yeah, that's overclocked. I mean, what's the other term? Overcooked.
That was yes.
Oh, I think I missed something here.
Oh, don't worry. That was a pretty joke, maybe, or some misspelled things in the tags. So don't worry. It's always good to explain some basic things, overclocking, etc. Because depending of our jobs, etc., overclocking is not known by everyone. So it's always cool to speak about those stuff when we think about it.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that was a cool track. Also, pretty fat, pretty.
Definitely.
Powerful.
Yeah. Next up we have Big Lumpy, who was, of course, here. Playful Plane of Powder. Something, winter. I love Frostbite 8D. If this was Lumpy, I'd be screaming the words. But I can't scream as good as he can. Did a ton of stuff this time around. Polymeter, mixed meter, transitioning from no swing to swing. Lots of stuff. Hope you enjoy smiley face. Very excited to know what you've made, Lumpy. was Big Lumbee with Playful Plains of Powder. I do love the alliteration in that. I like the varying sections, of course. It's got the typical attributes of Lumbee's arpeggiation usage. Very good.
That's funny because if it was a blind test, I'm not sure I could recognize Lumbees for this track, except maybe the arpeggio, with the choice of the chords with the arpeggio. But aside of that, yeah, there was a lot of experimentation, of changes, evolution in the track. Yeah, very, very good, Lumbee. You can be proud.
Yes, indeed. Most impressive, very interesting, and good to see so many different types of things being done in the track. Next up, we have a collaborative effort between me, actually, and Tristendo. Tristendo gave me this track. He did a lot of the work on this. I put in a few patterns. It's called the Snowblind Swing. It's cold outside, so we will stay at home and swing the night away. Presented by Ominous Pigeon Master and I. We hope you enjoy! And a link to the Family Tracker project, I believe. Yes, he did about 70 to 80% of this, so it's very kind of him to put my name down first. But yes, this is the Snowblind Swing.
Great.
Yeah. And that was the Snowblind Swing by me and Tristendo. I definitely enjoyed working with him on the project. It was fun. I did the B and C sections that came in, and he did the main section that like plays across the whole thing. He also like added a few things to mine, which were very cool. So yes, that was a fun collaboration indeed. And
That was cool. That was not OPM core nor Trist core. That was something else, pretty swingy. And Fox, what do you think?
Well said, Fox.
Sorry, I was chewing Skittles. I really liked it. It was perfect Skittle eating theme song.
That's a new criteria. I didn't didn't realize existed, but I'm glad to hear that it hits the Skittle eating criteria. We actually have another collaboration with
Oh,
Pandavova and Kleda, a classic duo, but it's not just a duo. It's a trio because it's also got Triple P and Kleda, another duo. I don't think I've seen the three of them do a track before like this, so probably have. But Kleda, sometimes you have to remind yourself of the past, how little knowledge you had when you started with music making. Now, 3 years later, I can say that we have all learned a lot, and I hope this piece shows how far we've come. This is the third and probably last part of our music theory trilogy. You can check part 2 here and part 1 here. Pandavova, you won't miss my part booping hard. I'm almost tempted to listen to the other 2 parts first, just to show the
evolution.
progress. Do you want to listen to the first and second parts?
Let's do the trilogy.
Number 3.
If you want.
We can listen just straight to the third one if you want. Bleh. I can't speak English today, but yeah, if you want to just skip right to the third one, we can do that. This is Music Theory 3 by Pandavova, Kleda, and Triple P. And that was Pandavova plus Kleda plus Triple P with Music Theory 3. Fascinating track. I thought it was very interesting to see the dissonance of Pandavova core mixed in with Kleda and Triple P's compositional methods. It made for a very, very interesting track indeed.
Yeah, love it.
I'm curious your thoughts on that one.
Sometimes destructured. That reminds me of LSDG, and that's a good way to pass the to let Fox speak about this.
Is Fox on another Skittle rampage?
Sorry,
How dare! But
I get distracted fairly easily. I liked it. I thought it was very triple collab core. It felt simultaneously triple collab core and quite possibly also NES core.
Yeah, it did feel very multi-vibrant thing. I don't know. English cannot speak it today. This is actually the last NSF track we're coming to after this. It's by Quack. It's Goose of Thunder. Description reads as of Eva. So let's take a listen to Goose of Thunder. And that was Quack with Goose of Thunder. I liked it. Yes, it has a kind of dancey kind of sound to it.
Yeah, that was cool. Maybe some more punchy bass with a triangle channel can even improve the groove to add more bass because there is a lot of high notes on the sounds. But that was cool, pretty long for comparing to the other tracks, and well, pretty cool and funny to listen.
I agree. I definitely agree. It was very fun indeed.
Anyone else?
What did you say?
Did anyone else notice that The artist name is Quack, but the song is Goose of Thunder and
What?
not Duck of Thunder.
I cannot believe it.
No,
That is
I didn't notice.
disgrace. I didn't. I was deceived. Also,
too.
it is nearly my dinner time, so I think I'm going to take an hour or two's break, if that's all right with you both, and then I will do another sync listen in that amount of time ish, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock
I'm
maybe.
Good.
actually trying.
Wait,
I'm
what
trying
time
to
is
cook.
that in shoot, when is
It's
that?
6:30 now, so say an hour and a half to 2 hours ish.
It's pretty
Hour
much
and a
dinner
half,
time
2
for me too.
hours from
I'm
now.
cooking.
Okay, I'm going to be awake in like maybe 5 hours from now.
Ah, so there'll still be
Cool.
time.
Cool. Well,
Just
I
join
will
when you
check
want.
back in then.
Okie doke.
Always
Yes.
welcome.
As always, it's great to have you both. Yes, I will surely see both of you probably later on, and maybe some Lumbee, maybe some other people shall join the stream alongside us. But I must
Maybe
wish
a new one.
a what?
Maybe we can manage to have even more bobbers joining the stream.
Maybe
A new one,
Gabriel
maybe.
will join.
You have to get the
Let's see
entire
if we-
server on a stream. Like, we don't need any viewers. We just need all of like Battle of the Bits streaming together.
Yes. It'll be interesting. Maybe we'll have one viewer and it'll be Puke, and everyone else will be like everyone else in the streaming. But that's all I have time for right now. I will end it with a little bit of Battle of the Bits radio, but tune in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, and there'll most likely be another sync listen. So, woo! Thank you
And,
both. I'll
bon
see
appétit.
you later.
Yeah, thank you. Talk to you later. I hope the stuff goes well. I'm going to enjoy more Skittles, I think.
Yum. Have fun with your Skittle crusade, and Castle, I hope to see you later too. Hope things are good for you.
Fine. Thank you, you too.
I will play some Battle of the Bits radio. This is us three signing off.